Welcome back. Today on the YouTube channel, we're going to process about 800 board feet, 4/4 charcuterie board type material. Canadian black walnut sawmilled about a month and a half ago. This was vacuum dried. We're going to run it through our 37-inch, 60 horsepower. You heard it. It's got a 30 horse on a top head, and it has a hidden 30 horse inside there. On the bottom head, we're going to be taking off about 4 millimeters. And then I don't know what we're doing here, but we're going to end up at 23 millimeters in final thickness. And hopefully we should be able to process this in about half an hour, 45 minutes. Of course, mostly with the help of this, but we need 3 guys. I'm going to be feeding the machine. My father-in-law is going to be catching, and James here is going to be scaling the boards as it goes and recording the numbers. We're going to wrap this up, bundle it up. This is an order for one of our dealers. Big shout out to Rob, Concept 13. He's in Mississauga, Ontario. So I'm going to put the phone on the tripod here and get video of all these wonderful boards heading through. And I'll talk to you once we get this job done. Okay, that was about 30 minutes. I was going to get some real-time footage of it, but you know what? We were just hammering down. We wanted to get this wood surfaced nicely. Most of it's pretty much 100% both sides. Some of it you'll see has a little bit of mark here and there. We're just tallying up what we have in the board footage of this stack. We'll see what we come up with over here. This is the pile of bark. Fortunately, we have outdoor wood boilers here, so we do heat 2 conventional style kilns, which have a radiator in there with hot water running through. So we're able to extract the heat out of our waste that we have. The sawmill scraps, anything that we make in here, we burn. And then this concrete floor is also filled with PEX tubing, and during the winter time we also heat the shop with all the sawmill waste and all this kind of stuff. Bark doesn't burn very good, but we still burn it. We just put it in little bit by little bit with some real hardwood. The machine itself is a Cantek, 37-inch wide. Has a jointer head on the bottom. That's the actual end of the head. It's pretty neat. You can spin this thing out here, and you can pull this whole head out and adjust any inserts, change the inserts. They're all small little, I think 14 mil or 12 millimeter, 4-sided, so you can actually turn them. Maybe you damage them and you got to replace them. It has a planing head back here, so that's the planing head motor coming down to here. Same thing, spiral head. We can take off this full dust collection right here, and then we access all the inserts there if we need to adjust anything. Works really, really nicely, this machine. It's like 10,000 pounds, so it just runs like a dream. You could do the nickel test or the dime test, I'm sure. Maybe I will do that. And this is the jointing head here. So we have a scale. This is the only thing that's kind of like manual on this thing that's kind of hard to do. When you're doing something like this, it's set it and forget it. You just run your wood through. But we do have a handle here which adjusts this jointing head. So it is a true jointer planer. There's some machines like this that are 2-sided, but they're not actually like a jointing head that you can adjust. It has full speed control right here. This is kind of like a snowmobile clutch in here, and we just manually turn this and we can adjust how fast the wood goes through. And then from there you have our control panel. You know, I can get this on here, and we can set the height here all digitally, beep boop boop beep boop, and then you can turn on number 1 head, number 2 head. And really when it's running, the amperage isn't very high. Even though this thing's 60 horsepower, you're not using much power most of the time until you hit something that you know, maybe it's a little thick, maybe the sawmiller, it was the end of Friday. And so it has amp meters on everything. Bottom head, top head, feed motor. Dream of a machine. Got it at auction locally in London, Ontario. I wish I could remember the name right now. London, Kitchener. It was something called, I think maybe Continental Cabinets. I could be wrong. I've had a few people on Instagram as well as YouTube mention they used to put a lot of wood through this machine at that business. I did get a wide belt sander at the exact same time. Not this one. I've since upgraded to a planer sander. So that's actually a 52-inch planer sander. But I bought both of these machines at auction. Basically, literally, instead of buying a house with my wife, we were able to buy the 2 machines at the time. How are we doing? What do we got? 661 board feet here. We had about 706-ish on the other one. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get bundled up, and this is gonna get delivered to Mississauga, Ontario, which if you're not a Canadian or you don't know where Mississauga is, it's really close to Toronto, Ontario, which is the capital of the old, no, it's not the capital of anything. Toronto's just Toronto, just a lot of people there. It's the capital of Ontario? Oh my God, I should know that. Ottawa is the capital of Canada. All right, we nailed it, folks. Okay, we're gonna get this wrapped up. Thanks for watching. That's how we surface 4/4, 5/4 charcuterie lumber through the 37-inch wide Cantek jointer planer.